Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In today's video I will share with you how to cut different kinds of trendy necklines. I'll also share with you the outfits that this neckline will look good on, and this is going to be a total beginner friendly tutorial. So if you want to learn all of this, please come with me and let's get started. The neckline refers to the shape or style of a garment around the neck or shoulder, and one of the major tricks in achieving a nice looking neckline is that if the neck width is wide, the neck depth shouldn't be deep, and if the neck depth is deep, the neck width shouldn't be wide. So now that we understand this trick, I'm going to start with the scoop neckline to show us a typical example of what I'm talking about. So for my scoop neckline, I'll be using a neck width of 4 inches and a neck depth of 9 inches. So as you can see now, the neck width is 4 inches and the neck depth is 9 inches. So it means the neck width is smaller than the neck depth. So now the next thing I'll do, I will go in from this 9 inches by 4 inches, the same neck as the neck width. Then I'll connect it with a straight line, and I also connect from that 4 inches mark up to the 4 inches neck width, creating a square. After that is done, I'll place my French curve this way, and I'll connect from that part of the neckline down this way, almost like at the midpoint. Then I'll connect it down this way. Now the scoop neckline is a deep wide U-shaped neckline, and it's usually used for outfits like bodycon, and this can be used for both front and back bodies. It all depends on your design and what you want to achieve. As you can see, it's a simple yet beautiful type of neckline. So the next neckline I'll be cutting is a sweetheart neckline. I'll be using a neck width of 4 inches and a neck depth of 6 inches. At that 6 inches mark, I'll go in by 4 inches. That's the same as the neck width. Then I will draw a straight line connecting all the dots. This is one of my favorite neckline. After connecting the dots, I will go to the midpoint of my 6 inches neck depth. I'll mark this midpoint and connect from this midpoint using a French curve down to the end of this 6 inches depth. The next thing I'll do now is to cut it out for you to see what it looks like. And so guys, this is our sweetheart neckline. As you can see, it looks so beautiful. So the next neckline I'll be cutting now is the plunging neckline. For this plunging neckline, I'll be using a neck width of 4 inches and a neck depth of 10 inches. The next thing I'll do now, I'll connect from that 4 inches neck width down to this 10 inches neck depth. So I'll connect to some point this way, then I'll try to blend it in with a marker. Now I do it this way because there's this sharpness it gives when you blend it in instead of using your ruler at the tip. So the next thing I'll do now is to cut it out for you to see what it looks like. And yes guys, as you can see, the plunging neckline is out and it's absolutely beautiful. So you can use this for both the front or the back bodies. It all depends on what you want. So the next one on my list is the boat neckline, also known as the canoe neckline. Now for a boat neckline, the neck width is wide while the neck depth is not deep. So for this one, the neck width is 6 inches while the neck depth is 2.5 inches. So after I mark the neck depth, I will now connect from this neck depth now all the way to my neck width. So the next thing I'll do now is to cut it out so that you see what it looks like. And yes guys, as you can see, my boat neckline is ready and it's looking fine. So this neckline is usually used for corporate wears. Please let me know your favorite neckline on the comment section. The neckline I'll be cutting is the Queen Anne neckline. So the neck width for this neckline will be 3 inches and the neck depth will be 8 inches. If you notice, the neck width is small while the neck depth is deep. At this 8 inches, I'll come up by 3 inches. Now if I come up by 3 inches, that is 8 inches minus 3 will give me 5 inches. So I'll mark the 5 inches. Then at that 5 inches, I will go in by 4.5 inches. Now you can measure it this way, or you can come from your armhole by 2.5 or 3 inches. So if you notice now, the distance from my armhole to that point is about 2.5 inches. So the next thing I'll do now is to connect from this 3 inches neck width down to this 4.5, from this 4.5 down to this 8 inches. Now if you like, you can connect it with a straight line this way, or if you want a curvy shape at that area, you can turn the French curve. Now for me, I like it curvy at this area, so I'm going to use my French curve now. Connect from this 3 inches neck width down to this point, then I'll turn the French curve, creating a sweetheart neckline from that 4.5 inches down to this 8 inches. As you can see, I am done connecting all the lines. So the next thing I'll do now is to cut it out for you to see what it looks like. I am done cutting, and this is what it looks like. As you can see, it looks absolutely beautiful. So you can tell me in the comment section how you like your Queen Anne. Is it a straight or a curvy part at the upper part of your Queen Anne neckline? So the next one on my list is the square shape neckline. So I'll be using a neck width of 4 inches and a neck depth of 7 inches. If you want your neckline to be more deep, you can use 8 inches, 9 inches. It all depends on what you want. So the next thing I'll do now is to measure from this 7 inches depth and mark out 4 inches, the same as the neck width. Then I'll connect from that neck width down to that 4 inches. Then from that 4 inches, I'll connect to this 7 inches neck depth, creating a square shape. So after connecting the lines now, the next thing I'll do is to cut it out for you to see what it looks like. And guys, this is what it looks like. How I love this neckline. Please let me know your favorite neckline in the comment section. So the next neckline on my list is the asymmetric neckline. We have different types of asymmetric neckline, and I'll be starting with this one. So the first thing I'll do is to open up this pattern. Now that this pattern is opened, the first thing I'll do is to notice the midpoint, and at this midpoint I'm going to mark out my neck width. I'll be using pencil for now because I want to use this pattern to show you different kinds of asymmetric neckline. And don't worry, before I cut, I'll use marker to show you. First one is that the neck width will be equal, and in order to do that, I'll take a neck width of 3 inches from this midpoint, then also this side. Then it depends on where you want your asymmetric neckline to face now. So on this part, I'll come down by 7 inches. I'll mark the 7 inches, then I'll draw a straight line connecting this 3 inches mark to down to this 7 inches. After I've drawn this 7 inches, then I'll connect from this 3 inches at the other side of the midpoint this way. Now this is when you are having equal neck width asymmetric neckline. For the one that the neck width is not equal, at this midpoint I'll mark 4 inches neck width. Now if you like, you can make this side 5 inches. So I've marked the 4 inches, I'll connect it this way. This is if I want my asymmetric neckline to be straight on the side, but if I want it to have a little bit of curve, then I'll use the French curve to connect from this width down to the 7 inches this way. As you can see, this neckline is out. The next one is this asymmetric neckline, that this side is not straight but a little bit curvy. So I'm going to use a French curve to achieve that now. So now that I've achieved all the lines, the next thing I'm going to do now is to use the marker to make them obvious before we cut. As you can see, my symmetric necklines are out. So the next thing I'll do now is to cut it out for you to see what it looks like. So I'll first of all cut the equal asymmetric neckline. I'll fold this part in now this way so that you will see what it looks like before I cut the rest. So this is the one with the equal neck width. So I'm going to cut this other one now that has wider neck width on one side but a straight line so that you see what it looks like. And this is what the wider neck width on one side looks like. So that I'll cut out this other side. So I'll cut out this curvy part now so that you see what it looks like. And yes, as you can see, it's looking really fine. So the next thing I'll do now is to open up this part that I fold in and cut out this other shape so that you see it. But before I cut it out, I'll make it very obvious with the marker so that when I'm cutting, you can see the line clear. As you can see, the shape is out now. So the next thing I'll do is to cut it out for you to see what it looks like. The neckline is out and it's looking absolutely beautiful. The next neckline on my list is the V-shaped neckline. So I'll use a neck width of 4 inches and a neck depth of 7 inches. Now I decided to use 7 inches. If you like, you can use 6 inches. If you like, I use 8 inches. It all depends on what you want. So the next thing I'll do now is to connect from this neck width down to this 7 inches neck depth this way. Once I'm done connecting, the next thing I'll do is to cut it out for you to see what it looks like. And I'm done cutting. As you can see, this is what the V-shaped neckline look like. As you can see, it's simple yet beautiful. The next neckline on my list is the crew neckline, also known as the basic neckline, with a neck width of 3 inches and neck depth of 3 inches. So I'm going to mark that out and connect it. So now that I have my basic neckline, from this neckline now, I'm going to get the inverted Queen Anne neckline. So from this basic neckline, I'll come out by 1 inch. That will make it 4 inches. Then I'll mark it. From that 4 inches now, neck width, I'll come down by 8 inches for my neck depth. From that 8 inches neck depth, I'll come out by 4 inches. Then I'll connect from the neck width down to this 4 inches. From that 4 inches, I'll connect it to the 8 inches neck depth. This neckline is one of the trendy neckline. It used to be old school, but now it's coming back in vogue and you can use it for both corporate and native wears. After connecting all the measurements, I'll now come up by 2.5 inches from the neck depth. Then I'll use the French curve to connect from that 2.5 inches into the neck depth towards the side this way. As you can see, the neckline is out and it's looking fine. So the next thing I'll do now is to cut it out. So first of all, cut the basic neckline. Then I'll also cut this inverted Queen Anne neckline. As you can see, I've cut out the basic neckline, but before I cut out this one, in order for this neckline not to gape, I will come at that line now and connect from this dart line up to this neckline this way. Then I'll take out 0.25 inch. Then from that 0.25 inch, I'll connect it to the dart leg. So before you transfer to the fabric, you cut out this 0.25 and close it up. So I'll cut it out now for you to see what it looks like. As you can see, guys, the inverted Queen Anne neckline, you can call it W neckline, is out and is looking beautiful. The next neckline on my list is the off shoulder. I'll be showing you how to cut off shoulder and also how to have illusion, that is also known as yoke, when you're having your off shoulder. So now in order to get my off shoulder, I can come down by 4 inches, 5 inches, 6 inches. It all depends on how deep I want my neckline to be. So for this off shoulder, I'll be coming down by 5 inches. Then on this 5 inches, I'll draw a straight line. After that, I'll come to the midpoint of the armhole and mark it, or I can decide to go like 0.5 or 1 inch above the midpoint of the armhole. Then at the shoulder line, I'll come down by 0.5 inch. So now this depends on the shape you want your off shoulder to be. Then if you like, you can create a curve this way, or if you like, you can turn the French curve and create a sweetheart. Creating your sweetheart, you can stop at that 0.5 inch or go down by 1 inch to have that sweetheart effect. So now that I have the off shoulder neckline, the next thing I'll do now is to cut it out for you to see what it looks like. I am done cutting, and just in case you want an illusion or a yoke, this upper part, you can create your neckline. You can use a basic neckline of, let's say, 3 inches and also neck width of 3 or 4 inches. Then you connect it. Then that will make your yoke. So I'll cut that part out now and open it up for you to see. So as you can see, I've opened it up. This is the yoke and this is the off shoulder. So you can use this side as just a strapless, or if you want an illusion, you connect the other one. The next neckline on my list is the one shoulder neckline. So the first thing I'll do is that I'll take a basic neckline of 3 inches by 3 inches. Then I'll connect it. After I connect it, I'll open the pattern up. Then I'll create the basic neckline. I'll connect it to the 3 inches neck width to this other side. So now I've marked the center. From that center now I'll mark 3 inches towards the side also. Then I'll connect it, creating the basic neckline on this side. Once I'm done with that, I'll come to this side and come out by 1 inch. Then I'll come to the armhole and come down at the midpoint of the armhole. Now at this your neck depth, it depends on what you want. If you want to leave it that way, you can leave it, but if you like, can come down 1 inch or 1.5 inch from the neck depth. So for this work, I'll come down 1.5 inch and I'll connect it to this midpoint this way. Now that I'm done connecting, the next thing I'll do is to cut so that you see what it looks like. And I'm done with my one shoulder neckline. So the next one I'm going to cut now is the basic neckline with a keyhole. If you're watching to this point and you've not subscribed, please, thank you for watching to this point. Please subscribe and drop a heart for me in the comment section so I know you watched to this point. So I'll take a neck width of 3 inches and a neck depth of 3 inches. Then I'll connect it, creating a basic neckline. After that, I'll come down by 3 inches, place a French curve and connect it, creating an oval shape. Before I create the oval shape, I'll come out by 1 inch at that 3 inches mark. That 1 inch now will be like a guide. That is, my keyhole shouldn't be wider than that 1 inch. And there you have it. The neckline with oval shape keyhole is ready. The next thing I'll do is to cut it out for you to see. And my basic neckline with keyhole is ready. As you can see how beautiful it looks. If you're watching to this point, thank you very much, and this will be the end of our video. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more, and tell me which of the necklines you'll be trying in your next design. See you in my next video.